Hi, Eve here from Vitamin Eve Nutrition Counseling. Have you ever been just minding your own business, passing by a window, seeing your reflection, and it just ruins your day? Or have you ever been hanging out with your friends, taking pictures, and then when you see your photo, it just makes you feel so upset? Or maybe you're out and about and you saw somebody who seemed to have the perfect looks and you compared yourself to them and you just felt crappy. What was going on there? And that's what I want to talk about today. Body, the summer body, and body image. So before I get into that, I just want to pause real quick to thank you all for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to subscribe and keep the comments coming. Thank you. It really fuels me, it fuels this channel just to know that you're there and to hear how you're using what we talk about here. So let's jump in. How to handle that body image? Well, let's first talk about what happens, once you start judging yourself, comparing yourself to other people. What happens to you? What happens to your energy, your motivation, your enthusiasm for life? You might be thinking, what enthusiasm for life, right? When we get so down on ourselves, when we get into that self-hate, it could really ruin and interrupt any good vibes we have going. So in this video, I want to tell you how to navigate that, because learning how to navigate that can really keep you feeling more stable in yourself. It could keep you productive, and it could actually bring you closer to the life of your dreams, living more consistently from your heart and from your soul. So how do you do that? What are the steps? So next time you notice that you're hating on your looks, on your shape, on your size, on how much you earn, how tall you are, your car, whatever it is that you might be attacking, is I want you to take a pause right then and there and make a date with hate. Yeah, you heard that right. Instead of going down that negative spiral, being mean to yourself and, thereby ruining your day, your mood, and everything else, just choose a day during the week and a time that it's your date with hate. In the past, mine would be Fridays at 5. Yours could be Tuesdays at 2 or Wednesdays, whenever. I don't know. You pick. It really doesn't matter. Just have that date with hate marked in your calendar. So I really love that first step because it saves you from going down a negative spiral in the middle of things. So make that date with hate. So what do you do during that date with hate? Well, the first thing I want you to do is grab a pen and paper and take some time to just vent. Instead of venting to your friends and family who probably don't want to hear you and your drama with food and body or whatever, just take some time to write out how you're feeling about your looks, how much it's bothering you. Really let yourself go to town here. Really let it out of your mind, let it out of your body. And you might notice just doing that, having that vent session, you might already start feeling better. Then the next step is I want you to ask yourself is, do you want to be happy? Would you be okay with letting this go and feeling more at peace with your life? And take a moment to answer that. If you notice your knee-jerk reaction is, no, I'm angry, that means you need to write a little bit more. Because once you get everything out, and maybe there might be tears involved, maybe not, really either way is okay, you'll notice that a part of you may already be uplifted and willing to be happy. So you want to ask yourself, am I willing to be happy? Will I be willing to let this go? And when the answer is finally yes, even if it's the tiniest part of you saying yes to that, what I want you to do is list out all the things you see yourself doing if your body image wasn't bothering you. What would you be doing if you had that body, if you had that car, if you had that hair, if you were that age, if you were that height, or whatever it is that's getting in your way? List out all the things that you would be willing to do or want to be doing or actually doing if none of that stuff was stopping you. Then, you may have guessed it, the next step is to circle one of those things that you've written and go and do that thing. And now this is so powerful because when you start living in alignment with who you truly are, your body image, how you feel about your looks or your bank account or anything else, your age, starts to be not as important. You start to be that unconditional being that you were meant to be. As you move consistently closer to your dreams and you see yourself acting in the way that you see the future you acting when you're living in alignment with your soul, things like how much money you earn, how old you are, what you look like, just isn't as important because you're happier, because you're living in greater alignment with your soul. So, to recap, next time you see yourself going down a negative spiral about the way that you look or anything else that's bothering you about yourself or your life, pause right there and make a date with hate. Okay, have a day and a time in your calendar designated to go and have a hate fest on yourself. So when that date with hate finally approaches, let's say it's Fridays at 5, because that's when mine was, right? Is I want you to sit out and write out all the things that are bothering you. Let it out of your body, let it out of your mind, vent it all out. Then ask yourself, are you willing to be happy? Are you willing to let this go? And once you get a yes, even if it's the tiniest little yes, I want you to list out all the things you would be doing in your life if this wasn't bothering you. The places you would go, the people that you would talk to, whatever, the clothes that you would buy, whatever it is, list it all out. Then the next step is to circle the one that you have the most energy on, the one that excites you the most. And the final step is to go and do that thing, do that one thing, just to show yourself that you're an unconditional being and there's more to you than this body, there's more to you than your bank account, there's more to you than this age. You are a divine being, and living in alignment is really the only way to show that to yourself and live in that truth. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I can't wait to hear your responses, and happy eating, everybody. Bye.